Hi, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. How we doing? How we feeling? We should do a quick double check. Got this weird feeling this morning, like I'm forgetting to do something. I hate when I have this kind of feeling, like when you're leaving the house, but you feel like you're leaving something. I don't know why I had this feeling. Anyway, all right, let's get it popping. How's everybody doing this morning? Let me pull up the right screen. All right, quote of the day. Kind of like an affirmation. The habit of persistence is the habit of victory. All right, that is the quote of the day. Just let that one rest in your spirit. Let's go ahead and move on over to a pre-market insight. All right, on the calendar today, we have crude oil inventories at 10:30. That's all we got so far today. Tomorrow, we got initial jobless claims and existing home sales. And then Friday, we don't have anything significant going on. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this power range. All right, so for the NQ Future Sessions power range, we had a high of 11,707.5 with a low of 11,664.25. At the time of this posting, it was kind of bearish. I can say now that it's more neutral than bearish. It was down at 0.34%, 0.34% with a volume of 96K and an ATR at 282.83. All right. We don't want to check that. All right, let's go ahead and see how that responded to the fib lines. All right, so right now we're kind of trading sideways. A little gap up overnight from yesterday's sell-off. It'll look better if I can move around over here. A little gap up. We had a gap up overnight, or at the beginning of today's future session. Traded bullish a little bit, almost got to the 200 before the drop in the euro session. And we bounced off the support. We completely closed the gap. And right now we're just kind of bouncing sideways. So looks like we'll have another interesting day. Yesterday, bounced around and chopped around. I was able to get a little profit out of it. Then we had this, okay, yep. That's why, 15 minutes. There we go. Here's yesterday. All right. Yeah, so I was able to get a little bit of profit out of this. I actually, in hindsight, I could have held it longer and got some more, but there was a reason why I traded the way I did. I didn't like break my strategy or my plan or anything, so that's all that matters. Okay. All right, so that's what we're looking like with NQ today. Real quick, I want to look at GC. I'm actually working on a strategy for GC to trade it at night. More so kind of like a swing trading type of situation. Situation. It's a little bullish. Definitely the price structure is in favor of the bulls. All right. And when I go live with this strategy, I will also, of course, put this in the journal. So you will be able to see it there in the journal. All right, let's go ahead and put a soundtrack to today's action. If I can find the screen I'm looking for. I can go ahead and get my pre-market snapshot in. Got about 5 minutes to the open. Doesn't like anything really interesting is going on across the market. Not seeing any interesting headlines to me, from my perspective. Typical earnings season. get some of these windows closed so my computer doesn't have too many things going on at once. So as of right now, my bias is to the short side, but I can definitely see us trading in either direction. I could I see ways to trade it in both directions, but right now I'm kind of short biased. At the same time, I want to make sure I don't speculate. That's just me personally. I don't like to speculate. I just like to trade what the market gives us. See, right now we're kind of at the open. Bulls are coming in strong off of the lower part of the power range. But of course, we also have some sellers sitting up here. A little battle going on at the gate. Now the sellers are taking over, or trying to. Gonna watch it and see what happens. Maybe switching my bias, we'll see. Like I said, we can go either direction today from what I see. Long-term perspectives, we're bouncing off some key support. At the same time, since we're trading inside of this range, get a lot of fight from both directions. Hence all this choppiness that we've seen lately. See how this candle closed? As we all know, I'm not a fan of trading in the battle zones. So Ninja Trader, this gives us that last 3-minute candle. It has a longer tail to it. Also a bottom tail to it. Also the one before that. Right now the bulls have the market. Right now we're short-term bullish. Kind of this rubber band man action here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to switch my bias at this point. The bulls are really coming out strong. I want to get it up here. I feel like that's chasing. Gotta stop looking at the YouTube stuff. It's giving me some weird metrics. It's throwing me off. Got a hindsight capital. Screenshot. Now, Sierra chart, that is an interesting wick. Getting some rejection as we come into some resistance.
Order submitted.
I do have an order ready sitting there at the top of the power range. If we get some retracement, I will be in the trade there. At some point it will pull back. It's just a matter of when. You just don't know when. We are seeing some resistance up here. And this is a key area where we've recently seen a lot of resistance in this 740. $740 to $754-ish. Keep on running. All right. that's a nice wick. Can definitely expect some pullback after that. I was putting some stuff down in the journal. A little hindsight capital. But at this point, I definitely need some pullback before I'm even thinking about getting in. That man said I'm going to take this first possible dip right there.
Order submitted.
And then this is why I was short biased. I mean, this is why I don't like to speculate, because I was short biased at the before the market opened. With hindsight, I can see that I could have taken this. Now, also at the same time, I am looking to buy the dip, but I could have taken the break here, that first 3-minute candle. We got some support there. We have this, you know, sometimes I call it, you know, the rubber band man or slingshot or whatever you call it, doesn't matter. Where we kind of pull back and then we have a pop higher, and we continue to go. So I had a lot of confirmation to take this long at the break of this first 3-minute candle. But because I was short biased, I didn't see it immediately. But what actually encouraged me to switch my bias to the long side was seeing the setup here. So the price action gets even more interesting. The bulls definitely have the control right now. And if we do pull back, I don't see us pulling back that far. At some point we will pull back, but when that happens, I don't see us pulling back that far. But there will be a lot of stops to take out. So I'm just gonna have to be patient because the Bulls don't want to cooperate with me today. Another quick thing to point out while I'm being patient is my favorite candlestick pair is really strong and consistent today. I don't like that. Even this one can be considered. We got these two candlesticks. These are bullish signals for me. Candlestick pair that I, like I said, that I favor. And they are really, giving a lot of opportunities to go along. But since we went highways trading, for me it was chasing, and it's not the way that it's not what I got in my strategy right now. It's just something that I would go on by itself. So I didn't take any of those because it's not in my strategy. It's not in my plan, I should say. Not just having that pair alone. It has to be in an area where I like it. Whole time this is still in sim mode. Sometimes I forget to take Sierra out of sim mode because I'm mostly trading in Ninja Trader. Alright, let's see how far we can pull back. NQ has a lot of room to pull back, but it doesn't have to. It could trade sideways for a while and just let the median catch up to the price. 740 was used to be a resistance. Now that is support. So with that being said, that's gonna be my first area to take one.
Order submitted.
Based on the volume profiles, that bounce right there made sense. We're seeing some buying happen right there at that 750 area.
Order filled.
First order is triggered. back up here. Target at 790. Gotta remember to take a screenshot for the journal. So I got the trade set up. That's going to be posted in the journal. Officially, my break even has been triggered. And this is a partial position size, so the way that I'm managing my risk is by loading or by taking more positions as if it trades down lower into more support. But right now, if it trades lower at this point, it'll be a break-even trade. If I wanted to scalp it, I could have took it to that first fib line right there at 760, but I wasn't looking to scalp that location. So I'm willing to hold it. If it works, that's awesome. If it doesn't, then at least I'll be break even on it. I think it's break even plus five ticks. Yep. Or is that, no, it's break even plus 11 ticks. I got to turn this up a smidget. Feeling this track right now. It's very likely this will be my one and only trade for the day. Got about 17 minutes before my close of business. We'll see. I don't have any time restrictions today. Do have to go to work today, but I'll be working from home today, so I'm not worried about time too much today. And I was, after I was vibing to that song right there, so I didn't. But while we on the, since I mentioned, work or me having to go to work later on today, even though I'm working from home, it's a good time to bring up trading, as a side hustle or as an additional source of income. If you are trading with if you do have a job and you want to get into trading, I probably repurpose this and make another video. Um, anyway, so some ways that you can, because I watched a video yesterday which kind of sparked this idea about trading while you still have a regular 9 to 5. And it was a very informative video, but they did kind of leave out some things, so I'll go ahead and mention some of those things right now. One thing is you have to be aware, if you want to trade, if you have a 9 to 5 and you want to trade, and to create some additional income for you, what I call trading as a side hustle. One thing you do have to be aware of is if you want to trade while you're on the job, you have to make sure that you have a broker and a platform that where you'll be able to access, your,
Order
everything
canceled.
while you're at work. And I just moved my stop up to, according to my plan, how I have it, how I trail the stop when we're kind of chopping around like this. So, that ended up being a win. Not anything crazy to write about, whatever. Anyway, so getting back to trading as a side hustle. So you want to make sure that you have that you're able to, if you're going to trade while you're on the job, you want to make sure that you're able to access, all the resources that you need while you're on the job. So for example, if you have a job to where, they don't allow you to have your cell phone on you while you're working, or, you got to be completely, strictly stuck to your task and what you're doing on the job, and you can't be on your phone and stuff like that. That's something that you want to consider, because you got to determine the time frame that you're going to want to trade. So like me, I can trade in the mornings because I work at a night shift. But if I did want to trade at work, I'm kind of restricted because the network that the way they have their network set up for security, they have certain things blocked. So I can't access TradingView while I'm at work. I can't be on Sierra Chart because I have to use their computers. I can't take my computer with me and be on Sierra Chart. I can't access NinjaTrader. None of the platforms that I regularly trade from, I can't use those platforms while I'm at work. So, but the beauty of futures is you don't really have to trade while you're at work. You can trade, if the futures market is open for 23 hours every day, with the exception of the weekend. So it gives you a big window where you can choose the best time for you to, that works out for you to be able to day trade. Also, you have the option of swing trading, and also futures is great for swing trading too, especially since they open up options for the micros. So that's basically, some of the things that they left out of the other video that I wanted to mention. And like I said, that wasn't as clean as I would like it to be, since I was trading in the middle of all of that. So I'll make another video specifically on this topic. But in the meantime, I probably will repurpose this and chop this up and post this up as a part 1 or something. Matter of fact, I need to make myself a note of that. Again, yeah, the VPN is definitely not allowed for security purposes. Yeah, that's a great idea, but you can't. Like I could take my iPad and do it that way because they do kind of have. Since I do work in the IT department, we do have a way kind of around. We have like our own network, but at the same time, um, it's not the best for trading. So like for me personally, I can if I do like my GC strategy that I'm working on, I can do that because it's more of like I can access everything I need from my phone, and I can do it that way. But I really don't like trading from mobile devices. But for swing trading, I would trade from a mobile device. But I have worked at places like when I work. I'm not gonna say the place, but I have worked at places where they did have a bring your own device network, and it was fully open. As long as your computer matched the security, um, parameters to be safe to use on their network. They didn't mind if people brought their own computers and did whatever they wanted to do, and it wasn't as locked down as where I work now. But none of that stuff I can do on my work computer. We have a work laptop, and I can't do any of that stuff. No VPNs, no none of the. I can't access TradingView, and definitely can't install any of these platforms on it. I remember the good old days where you could use a proxy to get around, your company's network. Of course, that's makes sense why a company would block that because there's a lot that creates a big security hole. And my music just disappeared. So that trail stop actually ended up serving me pretty well. I would have got a break even on that had I not trailed the stop right there. All right, so on that note, that's going to be my one and only trade for the day. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it from there. Definitely appreciate y'all, coming and hanging out with me. YouTube giving me weird metrics, but it's all good. And I hope y'all have a good rest of the day. Hope y'all find some, hope y'all perform better than I did today, even though it wasn't bad. And I will catch you on the next one. Trade it easy.